Okay, so now it's time for the first, I'd say, problem level of this entire project. 2-2 has a couple of segments that are either frustrating or are fairly easy to screw up. I'm not gonna lie. The first segment that is a little bit of an issue is actually right at the start. So if you die or use a few healing items, exit out to the menu and try again. These dogs, I don't know what it is about these dogs, but every time I play through this level, they always just absolutely mess me up. As you can tell, I'm missing them a lot. Of course, at the same time, I'm being an idiot and using my magnum, so that's part of the reason actually why. You should be using your shotgun for this segment, but because of the wider spread, but I have okay aim, so I can get by with the magnum. But yeah, these dogs are pretty ruthless, and it's pretty easy for you to get blindsided by one while you're trying to take out another one. Fortunately, they're one of the few things that won't kill you instantly on professional mode, so it's not like it's a bad thing, but it's still a pretty easy way to waste a first aid spray right at the beginning of the level. And since I only give both Sheva and Chris one healing item or one first aid spray at the beginning of each level anyway, using it now means that I won't have it later, which can be a little bit of an issue because, as you can see, I took a pretty bad crossbow bolt to my knee. So that's already a pretty bad sign that I might not necessarily make it through. But I press onward anyway, just because, well, I might as well. Because I probably have about 40 first aid sprays. When you get down here in this little minecart segment, you want to pull out your shotgun and shoot them, obviously. With your shotgun, since they have a pretty big spread around the crosshair, just shooting in the relative vicinity of them will nearly guarantee a hit as long as you just aim generally in their area. Now for this cave segment, you're going to want to use your Hydra as well as your Magnum. I use a green herb here just because. You're going to want to take it a little bit slow, but as long as you know where all the enemies spawn in this cave section, you should be just fine. You're going to want to take a left in the fork in the road here. You're going to want to slow down a little bit once you get to this water area, because there's going to be a wormhead guy that comes out. There he is. If you shoot him with a Hydra and he doesn't die, pull out your Magnum and give him a shot. This should kill him. There's going to be a guy who jumps out of this corner on the right, so make sure you get him so he doesn't ambush you and grab you, because it does take a little bit of time for your partner to put the lantern down. In this little wire area as well, there's also going to be another wormhead guy. Do the same thing as you did for the first one. So we're about halfway done. So far we don't have any problems in this cave section. There's a treasure up there at the top of that arch if you want one. There's another wormhead dude right there. Same plan as last time, although if you want, you can keep your Hydra out just so you can shoot all of the other enemies that are in the cave as well. Plan works pretty well. There's going to be two guys who drop down from the ceiling here. Take them both out so that they don't ambush you. Basically, once you hear them yell, that's when you want to stop. There's going to be one guy over here to the right who can possibly ambush you. And from here, it's basically a straight shot to the finish. Now, you're going to want to have your partner turn this wheel, and that's for a pretty good reason. Basically, just run your face up against the gate until you're allowed in. Once you get through, make a beeline over to where the other wheel is, and start opening up the wheel. The reason you want your partner to be over there is because, as I said earlier, the enemy player, or as I said back in 1-1, I think, the enemy players usually don't attack your AI, so if you put him back there, he pretty much will never get hit by anything. Once you do that, however, you want to run all the way back to where the gate first is, and sadly, Chris actually took a hit there, and I was really confused. Now, once again, I'm going to be speeding this up. Sorry guys for speeding up stuff like this, but this is somewhat of a boring segment because basically you're just going to camp out here in this little cave entrance to the mines or whatever until you actually get everyone. Because trying to get up there onto one of the elevated platforms and trying to take everyone out that way is an absolute nightmare, and you're going to get hit by something due to how many enemies there are. But once the music stops, you know, everything's all clear, you're good to go. That's basically the hardest segment of the level if you're trying to if you just run out there and try to climb the ladder and try to get to a better position, you're going to take a hit by something. So pretty much the only way I've ever been able to get through that segment is to camp somewhere. Because being out in the open just increases your chance of getting hit by something. Now, there's going to be a snakehead dude who comes down from that little ledge, so you want to take him out. And when you get up to the top of this corridor, you're going to want to pull out your rocket launcher and shoot a rocket right as you see that little sliver. Take everyone out at the end of the hallway, and you're golden. That can be a little bit of a tricky segment because I'm pretty sure there's a dynamite guy back there. So if you have to run up there in order to get a shot off with a magnum or a rifle or something like that, there is the chance that you could get hit by something. So I just like to use the rocket launcher to be safe. Now for this last segment, you want to take a position up near this window and just snipe out everyone you can. This is obviously a lot easier if you use a PSG because it's a really good scope when it's maxed out. But since I'm using the Dragunov, I don't have a very good zoom. And just do a quick scan across the map and take out any guys that you happen to see. And especially make sure that nobody's on that turret. Because if somebody gets on that turret, you're in for a whale of a time. Like, see, this guy is coming over to try to get on it. Take him out as soon as possible. But once you do a quick scan, you know, make sure that nobody's around. That is when you're all clear to head downstairs. Combine that. You're all clear to head downstairs. Now, sometimes there's a guy here, but sometimes Chris will actually take initiative and take him out. This time, I'm pretty sure he got him. I'm not quite sure because I was too busy sniping everything from upstairs. But once you clear out this little courtyard mine area, then you're all good to make a mad dash over to the ladder. I sometimes zoom in here just to take out a couple of guys up on that little ledge, but it's not strictly necessary. It just makes things a little bit safer, so if you can, you definitely should do it. Now that we're up here at the top of the ladder, because I sniped out like 2 or 3 guys from here earlier, they're not here, obviously. Climb down the ladder, climb down the second ledge as well. Now this dynamite section, you could jump up and do an assist jump with Chris and Sheva. I find that that doesn't really work. I die using that method more often than not. So I usually just run up the pathway here and take everybody out with my magnum because it's a lot easier for me personally to do it that way. Just be careful that it is indeed still possible that you could get blindsided by a stick of dynamite that gets thrown from an upper ledge. So just keep that in mind as you're running up. Take out your Hydra because it's a lot easier to hit the sticks of dynamite with it. Because you don't necessarily need to kill them. As long as you just hit the stick of dynamite, you will make it explode in their hand and they'll obviously get taken out. It's also noted, it should also be noted that the dynamite that they throw can also friendly fire the enemy Majinis. So you can actually get out of the way from a stick of dynamite and have it kill another enemy player. That guy almost grabbed me, so that would have been really bad. But now we're here at the mini-boss of the level. Just take out your rocket launcher and shoot him down. I really don't have a better strategy than that. Now, I'm being an idiot here and I take out my shotgun. But if you want to increase your accuracy for the end of the level, then take out a little bit of a weaker weapon and just keep shooting him until he's dead. Of course, if you want to beat the level as quickly as possible, just take out your magnum and just start shooting him. But my accuracy was fine, so I really didn't need to do that. So there you go. That's 2-2 completed. Overall, aside from the dogs at the beginning and after the dark cave section with the big wide open mine area, the level is okay. There are a lot of spots where there are a couple spots where you need to sit around and do a little bit of camping in order to actually make it safe, more or less. So it's a little bit of a patience level. This level will definitely take you a couple of tries to beat on professional and later on get an S rank. So I'll see you guys next time for 2-3.